What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad you're here because today's topic is something that affects almost everyone, whether you realize it or not. Have you ever found yourself replaying conversations in your head, worrying about things that haven't even happened, or feeling stuck because you just can't stop thinking? If so, you're definitely not alone. Today, we're diving deep into how overthinking is secretly sabotaging your life, your happiness, and even your relationships. Overthinking can creep in quietly, making you second-guess your decisions, doubt your abilities, and even miss out on amazing opportunities. It's like a silent enemy that holds you back from living your best life. If you've ever felt trapped in your own thoughts, unable to break free from the endless cycle of what-ifs and should-haves, this video is definitely for you. Overthinking can keep you up at night, drain your energy, and make even simple decisions feel overwhelming. It's exhausting, right? We're exposing the shocking ways overthinking messes with your brain, your mood, and your overall happiness. It can lead to stress, anxiety, and even impact your physical health. You might not even realize how much it's affecting your daily life, your confidence, and your ability to enjoy the present moment. Here's the wild part. Most of what we worry about never even happens. Our minds create problems that don't exist, and we end up wasting precious time and energy on things that aren't real. Imagine how much lighter and happier you'd feel if you could let go of all that unnecessary worry. But don't worry, because in this video, I'll share practical tips and strategies to help you break free from the overthinking trap. You'll learn how to quiet your mind, boost your confidence, and finally start living in the moment. So stick around because you won't want to miss these life-changing insights. Let's get started. First up, let's talk about what overthinking actually does to your brain. You might think it's just a bad habit or something you can snap out of, but the truth is, overthinking physically changes the way your brain works. Every time you get stuck in a loop of worry, stress, or rumination, you're not just spinning your wheels, you're actually training your brain to get better at worrying. It's like you're carving deeper and deeper grooves into your mind, making it easier for your thoughts to fall into those same anxious patterns again and again. That gray matter between your ears, it's not just sitting there passively. Your brain is constantly adapting, responding to the way you think and feel. When you overthink, you're sending your brain a message. This is important. Pay attention to this. So your brain starts to prioritize those worry pathways, making them stronger and more automatic over time. It's always changing, rewiring itself based on your thoughts. This process is called neuroplasticity, and while it's great for learning new skills, it can also work against you if you're constantly reinforcing negative or anxious thinking patterns. Brain scans actually show that people who overthink have more activity in areas linked to stress and anxiety. When you're stuck in a worry loop, it's like doing mental bicep curls. Except instead of building strength, you're just exhausting your brain. Imagine running on a treadmill that never stops, your mind racing from one anxious thought to the next. Over time, this constant mental strain wears you down, making it harder to focus, relax, or even sleep. The prefrontal cortex, which is the part of your brain responsible for decision-making, planning, and self-control, gets tired from all this overuse. It's like your brain's CEO is being forced to work overtime, day after day, without a break. Eventually, it just can't keep up, and you start to feel mentally drained and indecisive. The result? You end up feeling stressed, foggy, and completely overwhelmed. Everyday tasks start to feel impossible, and your mind feels cluttered, like there's no room left for anything new. You might notice you're more forgetful, more irritable, and less able to cope with even minor setbacks. Overthinking can even shrink areas like the hippocampus, which is crucial for memory and learning. Scientists have found that chronic stress and worry can actually reduce the size of this important brain region, making it harder for you to remember things or learn new information. So all that worrying can actually make you worse at remembering things. You might find yourself forgetting appointments, misplacing your keys, or struggling to recall simple facts. It's not just in your head. Your brain is literally being affected by your thoughts. And here's the kicker. Your brain can start to mistake your worries for real danger, triggering your fight or flight response even when there's nothing to fear. This keeps you stuck in a cycle of anxiety, making it even harder to break free from overthinking. So understanding how overthinking rewires your brain is the first step to taking back control. Have you ever noticed your heart suddenly racing, your chest tightening, or a wave of anxiety washing over you, even when there's no real danger in sight? Maybe you're sitting at home, thinking about an upcoming meeting, or replaying a conversation in your head, and suddenly your body reacts as if you're facing a real threat. This isn't just your imagination. Your brain is hardwired to treat your worries as if they're happening right now, in real life. You might notice your palms getting sweaty, your breathing becoming shallow, or your muscles tensing up. These are classic signs of your body's fight-or-flight response kicking in. This ancient survival mechanism was designed to protect us from immediate physical threats, like a wild animal or a dangerous situation. But in our modern world, it often gets triggered by our thoughts, worries, and what-ifs rather than actual danger. Here's the fascinating part. Your brain can't always distinguish between a real threat and an imagined one. When you worry about something that might happen, your brain sends the same signals to your body as if it's happening right now. So, whether you're actually in danger or just thinking about a stressful situation, your body reacts in almost exactly the same way. This means that every time you overthink, replay worst-case scenarios, or imagine negative outcomes, your body is put on high alert. Your heart rate increases, your muscles tense, and your senses sharpen, preparing you to fight or flee, even if the threat only exists in your mind. Over time, this constant state of alertness can leave you feeling jumpy, restless, and unable to relax. Living in this heightened state isn't just uncomfortable. It's actually harmful to your health. Chronic stress from overthinking has been linked to a range of serious health problems, including heart disease, high blood pressure, digestive issues, and a weakened immune system. It can also make it harder to sleep, concentrate, and enjoy life, creating a vicious cycle where stress leads to more worry, and more worry leads to more stress. Overthinking isn't just something that happens in your mind. It has real physical effects on your body. You might notice headaches, muscle pain, or even frequent illnesses as your body struggles to cope with the constant flood of stress hormones. The more you get stuck in these thought loops, the more your body suffers. Eventually, your body and mind can become completely exhausted from being stuck in what-if mode all the time. This kind of mental and physical fatigue can make it even harder to break free from the cycle of overthinking, leaving you feeling drained, frustrated, and hopeless. But there's hope. Understanding how your brain and body respond to worry is the first step toward breaking the cycle. In the next chapter, we'll explore how overthinking is connected to depression and what you can do to start feeling better. Let's talk about depression and anxiety. Overthinking isn't a mental illness, but it's a major player in anxiety and depression. When you dwell on the negative, you train your brain to focus on what's wrong. Studies show overthinking increases your risk of depression, anxiety, and insomnia. It's a vicious cycle. The more you overthink, the worse you feel. Next, let's see how overthinking paralyzes your decision-making. Ever spend hours agonizing over a simple decision? That's analysis paralysis, fueled by overthinking. You create endless what-if scenarios, weighing pros and cons until you freeze. All that analyzing often leads to inaction, and opportunities pass you by. Life moves on while you're stuck in indecision mode. Next, let's see how overthinking makes small challenges seem huge. Overthinkers have a knack for turning tiny problems into massive catastrophes. Overthinking distorts your perception of risk, making everything seem scarier than it is. You start avoiding challenges and miss out on growth and adventure. Most worries never happen, and even when things go wrong, it's rarely as bad as you imagined. It's time to shatter that overthinking bubble. Next, let's talk about how overthinking kills creativity. Creativity thrives on freedom, but overthinking blocks it. When you're stuck in your head, you shut down your brain's ability to make new connections. Overthinking kills imagination and leaves you feeling uninspired. But you can unleash your creative genius by breaking the overthinking cycle. Next, let's bust the biggest overthinking myth. Psychologists say 90% of what we worry about never happens. Our brains are wired to focus on the negative, but in today's world, that does more harm than good. Let's learn how to break free from this negativity bias and focus on the positive. Overthinking can wreck even the best relationships. You overanalyze every interaction, looking for problems that aren't there. This leads to unnecessary arguments, doubt, and heartache. But you can build healthier relationships by breaking the overthinking habit. Next, let's uncover how overthinking becomes addictive. Overthinking can actually become addictive. Your brain gets hooked on the rush of stress hormones like cortisol. This creates a vicious cycle. Your brain craves the stress, even though it's harmful. The good news? Overthinking is a habit you can break. Next, let's reveal a powerful tool to help you stop overthinking. Ready to fight back? Try journaling. Journaling isn't just for poets. It's a proven way to reduce overthinking. Writing down your thoughts helps your brain process them and lets you let go. Once your worries are on paper, they lose their power. Grab a notebook and start. Your brain will thank you. There you have it. 10 shocking ways overthinking is ruining your life. But you don't have to let it control you. You have the power to change. Share your biggest overthinking triggers in the comments, and let's support each other. Remember, you've got this.